Hi everybody, welcome back to another video, and this morning the Premier League fixtures were announced for the coming season, and they've put up some good ones. But remember, with anything with the Premier League, these fixtures are pending changes for live TV, etc. So the dates may not exactly be as they are for certain games throughout the season. They will change to felicitate the TV, of course. So very interesting opening fixture. We have newly promoted Nottingham Forest on the 6th of August. Now Nottingham Forest, of course, massive name in their own right, given that they are European Cup winners in the past and have a fantastic pedigree, but they've been out of the Premier League now for many years, 20 odd years. So it's good to see them back, but I think the fans will probably like this opening fixture for Nottingham Forest because, you know, they get to visit St James's Park and, you know, we'll sample the atmosphere on the first game of the season, which is just going to be absolutely incredible. So I think Nottingham Forest will probably be very happy with that. Newcastle, definitely. A very good opening fixture with a definite chance of opening the season with 3 points. You know, no disrespect to Nottingham Forest, of course, but a home game against a newly promoted side is certainly something Newcastle would have wanted and would have been looking for. Now, what first 11 takes the pitch for that game, God only knows the way the transfer window is going at the minute. We have no idea who is going to be in the team at all. But very early days, of course, in the transfer window. The week after, on the 13th of August, we faced a long trip down to Brighton and Hove Albion. Of course, Dan Ashworth's former team. What will line up for Brighton? Who knows? The situation with Graham Potter, of course. He'll be looking to do a lot better for Brighton this season, get them further up the table. But of course, the chances are that they're going to lose Basuma in the summer. Can they replace him? Very well. Time will tell on that one, of course, as well. So it's a long trip for Newcastle United and the fans, but a game again that we can look forward to. And then we face the Premier League champions on the 20th of August. Manchester City arrive at St James's Park. Interesting because in August we play the teams that finished first and second in the Premier League. So it's a big test this for Newcastle United. Certainly with whatever squad we have come the start of the season, it's going to be a massive test to see where we are. You know, where we go up against Manchester City and Liverpool. However, third game into the season, Manchester City, that's probably a good time to play them. You know, we know that certain teams are slow starters. Man City was certainly not quick off the blocks last season. You know, and teams are still trying to figure themselves out, aren't they, very early doors. So I think against Manchester City, that will give us a good opportunity to see where we're at, but also a very good opportunity to take 3 points off them. You know, Manchester City, like I said, they will find it very difficult this season because a lot of teams will be going up against them and wanting to get a result against them. Certainly the teams that are strengthened already will be wanting to test themselves against Man City. So they'll find it very tough. But Manchester City, as we know, under Guardiola, you know, they can bring in absolute world-class players anytime they want. And what they'll do in the transfer window, we have to wait and see. But it'll be a huge test for Newcastle United. Then we have two away games. We go to Molineux on the 27th of August, where we will be taking on Wolves. Now, you know, Wolves, again, probably for me, Wolves will probably be in the bottom half of the table this season. I think, you know, they haven't really made any massive moves in the transfer window as yet either, but I just think Wolves, they staggered to the finishing line last season after having a very decent, 3 quarters of the season. I think they did really well. We know they've got some talented players. Raul Jimenez, they've got Neves there, if he's still at the club, of course. Pedro Neto. You know, they need to hang on to these kind of players to make sure that they stay where they are in the Premier League and, you know, maintain that top half. But I think Wolves, it's going to be a very hard season for them this season. And I'm confident that we can go to Molineux and play a lot better than we did down there last season, where, of course, we lost. But Jeff Hendrick scored and was the best player on the pitch. That's how bad Newcastle were at Molineux last season. And then the final game in August, we go to Liverpool on the 31st. A huge test, given that obviously, you know, Liverpool have signed Nunez now as well, and we'll probably make a couple more signs before the season starts. That is going to be a massive test. But again, it's early in the season, so probably a good time to play these two, Man City and Liverpool. Time will tell, but hopefully we can give them a game. and we can really see where we've come from and where we are now. And it will probably give us an idea of where we are, based on hopeful finishes in the Premier League. If you look at that, playing Liverpool and Man City in the opening month, get them games out the way and then charge on. And hopefully we'll play well against them and get some kind of result. Now, the other particular dates to have noted, the final match before the World Cup is the 12th of November, where we take on Chelsea at home. Again, a massive test, but the season's well underway by then. And Chelsea at home, who will Chelsea have? How will they go under their new ownership? Who will they have brought in? Who will they have got rid of? However, they are still a very, very strong squad. There is no doubt about it that Chelsea will be up there and challenging very hard. So a good test before the break for the World Cup. Boxing Day is when, of course, the Premier League returns from the World Cup break, and we find ourselves away at Leicester City. Not a bad fixture, to be honest, for a Boxing Day match. Leicester's not very far to travel, given that we're not going down to Southampton or some crazy place like that. And we're not playing Manchester United for once, which is very nice. So I think Leicester City away is a good fixture for Newcastle to come back to. I would have liked a home game, obviously, with the World Cup being on and then the Premier League starting up again. But if there was going to be an away game, then Leicester City is a good trip away. We can take thousands of fans down there and really give it our best. Also, the final home game of the season will be on the 20th of May, and that's going to be at home to Leicester City. Again, we don't quite get the final game of the season, which is a little bit disappointing, isn't it, that we don't get the final game at home again. However, the final home game will be against Leicester City, so that's interesting that we return from the World Cup to face Leicester, and then our final home game of the season is against Leicester City as well. And then the final game of the season, we go to Stamford Bridge on the 28th of May to face Chelsea. Now, that's going to be interesting because, your thoughts automatically move forward and say, wow, what could be on that game at the end of the season? Remember last season, everybody thought that the Burnley game was going to be the relegation battle. It turned out not to be the case. But this time around, we could be at the other end of the table fighting for a European place, which would be really nice. So, Chelsea could be going for Champions League. We could be going for Conference League or higher, hopefully. Let's not get carried away, though. Let's not get carried away at all, because there's a long way to go yet, and we haven't brought in any players. So we need to make sure we wait and see what happens after the transfer window. But that could end up being a massive, massive fixture at the end of the season. Certainly one to look forward to. So there you go. That's just a brief overview of the fixtures announcement. What do you make of that first month? Are you happy that we've got Liverpool and Villa in the first, 5 games? Because they might not be firing on all cylinders by then, so we might have an opportunity to take some points off them. Do you like the Boxing Day fixture? Do you like the final game of the season? Is it something that, is a bit mouth-watering now that we're going to hopefully be fighting at the other end of the table? But let me know in the comments what you think. I'm pretty happy with the opening month, to be honest. Very excited now because all attention turns to that first game of the season. It turns to who we bring in for the start of the season as well. So a lot of excitement ahead. And are you as excited as I am? Let's find out in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit that like button as usual. It does help YouTube know that something good is happening on this channel and puts us up the search results. And if you're new to the channel, of course, please do hit that subscription button. It's free to do so alongside that notification bell, which will let you know when we upload or go live. And of course, you can become a member of the Toon Review if you wish by hitting that join button just underneath the video. If you'd like to donate to the channel, that is available as well. Just along from the like button, there is a thanks button with a $sign next to it. Just click on that and that will let you donate to the channel. Thank you very much in advance for that. But that's it for now. We'll see you on the next live. Enjoy the day. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the fixtures. Have a good one, guys. Take care.